Early in the morning.
What's going on, the people? Them, it's your boy Cam, Topical Juice, and my God, these girls are god awful. Genuinely, I'm sorry. Like I really am a balanced individual. I am, but these girls are so hypocritical. It actually makes me feel sick. Tanya is trash. Like, she truly is a trash girl, and I will not stand her for. I'm not seeing no double standards no more. I'm not defending the double standard argument. I'm not defending the anything. Like, she's trash, and it's as simple as that. She takes no accountability, and she actually had the audacity to argue back to Shaq. It's really poor. The fact that she was, oh Casey, everyone's allowed their opinion. You better silence yourself right now, because you just look like an idiot. It's actually getting me mad. These girls are terrible. It's just madness how the men have really been painted in a negative light when the women are really poor. I'm gonna get straight into this video because I'm actually hot. It's typical though that Love Island had to leave us the juicy part for last, like for next week, tomorrow, sorry. So tomorrow, I think I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna have to go live, and we're gonna address this live straight after the episode, alright? So yeah, let's get into this video, man. Like the video for me, hit the bell to be notified for me. Please press that subscribe button for me. You know it's road to 50k. Please help your boy get there. Merchandise in the description. So I actually started this episode late. I recorded it. I think I started watching it at 10 to 10, so I skipped through a lot of it. Well, mainly the Liv's date. I promise you, I didn't watch one part of Liv's date. So if there's something that happened on there, please let me know in the description below. I wanted to get straight to the action. Of course, I watched the start, and we're gonna work our way backwards. So I'm going to talk about the movie night first, because that's the juiciest part, and then we're going to work our way back. So funny, because when they got the text, you could see that the energy had shifted. It was incredibly anxious. People were nervous. Shaq even said to Tanya, you know, is there anything you want to tell me? She says no, they're cuddling, etc, etc. Now, the only two we saw was Casey and Tanya. Now, let's get into Casey's one. Casey got done dirty. There's no two ways about it. Casey got set up. That there was very cheeky from the producers, because if you actually watch that episode back, or if you remember watching that episode live, he did not invite her into the bed. We all agreed that it was almost kind of a little bit embarrassing that Cynthia invited herself into the bed, and he basically asked the question back to her. He said, do you want to come in my bed tonight? Is that what you're asking? He got set up badly, guys, and you know, obviously for the drama, I don't care, but that is very cheeky that you're setting up Casey like that. That was peak. That was very peak. The things that I don't respect from what Casey got shown for was the fact that he was egging on Will. He's saying, you know, what did he say? He said something like, you know, Jesse's gonna be, I know you've got a connection with Jesse, but you need to explore. Like, I get that, you know, that's peak. That's peak. Him turning, he's really turning. He's turning, and Jesse ain't gonna be happy with that. But listen, Jesse, I hate Jesse almost as much as I hate Liv now. Genuinely. Like, my hatred meter for Jesse has gone so far up, and my trill meter for Sammy has gone down. Sammy is like the rest of them now. It's as simple as that. Sammy is literally like the rest of them. But we'll get into that. As I said, I'm gonna work my way backwards. So they showed him egging on Will. They showed him kissing Sanam, which people knew about. That's fair enough. And then they showed him inviting Cynthia into the bed and getting straddled. The producers, you knew exactly what you were doing with that one. Oh my God. Now, Claudia, just shut up, innit? Claudia is really forcing a storyline. Claudia is really forcing some sort of drama. You literally knew Casey for about 30 hours, genuinely. You knew Casey for about 2 days, 3 days max. Like, let's be real here, because the first day you're getting to know people, let's say 2 days, genuinely, let's be realistic, 2 days. And the fact that you're, yeah, you lied to me, oh, this, that, and the other. Claudia, shut up. You're not it. You're just not. It was shocking how she was proper like forcing it, this, that, and the other. Now, again, yeah, your pride's hurt, your ego's hurt, and it's not nice to see, in it. That's what it is. It's not nice to see. But the fact of the matter is, you weren't Shaq and Tanya. Do you understand? You weren't some deep relationship thing. You weren't. You were literally, a bombshell. You just come in and Castle Moore happened. Claudia, you've got no leg to stand on to be mad, in my opinion, innit? You don't. And he didn't lie to you. Casey didn't invite her into the bed. He didn't. Like, she literally invited herself, and he kind of asked it back. So that was a pure setup. And what you just witnessed there is the power of producers. The power of producers in the villa. You can imagine what they're doing to us as the audience. Imagine. Take in what I'm telling you. The same way they manipulated an entire narrative there that he invited Cynthia in and basically influenced their way of thinking, the villa that is, imagine what they're doing to us. Imagine what we're being shown intentionally and not being shown. Deep it, guys. That is the power of producers. I refuse to accept that Casey invited her. He didn't. I was literally the one for so long saying that he wasn't even leading her on, to be honest. Like, I stand by that. It was a setup. It was a proper setup. But again, I don't really care because it is what it is. Every single person in there is trash. But I'm not gonna lie to you, yeah. The women are the worst. I'm sorry, they are. The reason why they're worse is because they're purely hypocritical. They both do exactly the same things. Sometimes women even worse. More women recoupled, but they don't have the ability to even see what they themselves are doing wrong or other people. That's why the women are the worst in the season. The men, yeah, they know what they've done. They do stupid things and they treat women like crap or whatever. They do all the dumb things, but they know they've done the dumb things because they're like, oh, I'm so stupid. I feel so guilty. Duh. Typical men, you know, they do something bad, they know it and they're sorry. These women, they don't even acknowledge the badness that they're on, and that is scary, genuinely. Obviously, Jesse, this stupid cow, Jesse, yeah. Why are they laughing? Why are they laughing? Shut your Aussie ass up. Literally, like my doggy friend Stone says, I just want to dash a koala at her face. Literally, genuinely. You know how kangaroos kick hard? They need to kick this girl back overseas because she is getting on my nerves. Why are they laughing? Why are they laughing? Oh, I'm so insecure. Oh my God. Shut up. You're becoming one of the worst contestants on this entire season. If Liv didn't exist, Jessie would be the worst. Big man thing. She is insane. Like, shut up and humble yourself. And then Tanya. Tanya's even. No. In fact, Tanya's even worse. They're fighting. Those three, Tanya, Liv, and Jessie, are genuinely fighting for the worst human in this season. I'm gonna give it to Liv, but second is close. But again, I've got to give it to Tanya because she's just trash, pure trash. Like, she has the audacity to snap back at Casey, talking about, oh yeah, we've all got opinions, so we can say our opinion. No, and that goes to show, yeah, she is completely oblivious to all the mad things she's done. She is so stubborn, and all that kind of coming around the next day, it's not true, because in her heart of hearts, she genuinely thinks she hasn't done anything wrong. I know she came TV ain't gonna like this, but honestly, she is an awful human, and she has genuinely a lot of growing to do. It's terrible what I witnessed tonight. I mean, the things she's done is poor, but the lack of accountability is seriously Liv levels. It is Liv levels. They're all deluded. That leads us on to Tanya, yeah, and Tanya's, yeah, basically Catch Me If You Tan. And the first thing they show is the kissing game. So the context of, you know, Shaq's like, shock, do you know what I'm saying? Shock there. And remember that how early that was. So for him to say shock then, that just goes to show all the madnesses she's been doing from the start, guys. From the start. Honestly, Tash is really something special. God awful human being, and she's got a lot of growing to do, a lot of maturing. So she's sitting there basically saying how it gives me the ich. It gives me the ich. It gives me the ich. Nah. We're not gonna do that. You sticking your tongue all the way down people's throats until it comes out their arse cracks, yeah, and your man's unhappy with that, and that gives you the ick. Nah. And I think a lot of people need to apologise, yeah, to Shaq that day, because that day Shaq was getting a lot of heat, and I even said it. That's the reason why Andrew Tate's as popular as he is. How dare you say that Shaq doesn't have a right to be unhappy at that? It's shocking. It's a terrible opinion, honestly, genuinely. And I respect all people's opinions. Everyone in the comment section, I respect your opinions. If you disagree with me, that's fine. That's, you know what I'm saying, it's cool. But for me, it's my opinion, that is an awful opinion. You know what I'm saying? It's as simple as that. Martin, by the way, while Martin was killing me, even in the preview, man's just eating his popcorn, just watching the show unfold, because he feels vindicated now. He feels vindicated now, genuinely. Because he was trying to hint to Shaq that, listen, I can tell you anything if you want, but everyone's trying to move on. And these lot are so stupid, genuinely. These Islanders are so dumb, guys. They know the movie night's gonna exist. Like, they know that. So me, like for example, I'll be real. If I went into Love Island Villa, I'd be real. But in the back of my mind, I'd be thinking, do not say anything wild at all. Do not bitch about anyone. Do not slander anyone. Be true, and that's it. Because I know that, as in, I would make it so that the movie night, they can't even show anything bad about me, genuinely. Genuinely, I'll make it so that they can't even say anything about me. I'll be on tip-top form for weeks. But these lot, they're so stupid. They got running all their mouths, thinking, not realizing they're next. Their head's next on the chopping board. They're so stupid. These people are they're low IQ. Anyway, back to this crazy ass girl, Tanya. She's like, oh, you know, she starts saying how I feel something in the air and all that flirting that she was doing with Martin, talking about his soup is just right, all this, that and the other. Now, I don't think that was like too bad, innit? Because if you're exploring connections with someone, yeah, and you kind of like someone, you're obviously going to be saying positive things about them. So that's not even the worst part for me. I don't really care that she said all that soup stuff. I'll give her a pass for that. It's that it was a lying. She lied about the kiss. She said, again, what did we say? What did we say? The same way men are blasé about their experiences, the women are exactly the same. The same way Layla girl omitted information about Will, all this stuff is the exact same way Tanya conveniently said Martin kissed her, and it was a quick kiss. We all saw it. It was a snog. They was in bed, they were intimate. They were in bed together while Shaq was on the day bed. Come on. And honestly, Shaq, you don't even want to be saved anyway. Well, can't save her. No, don't save him. He don't want to be saved. Don't save him. Cause Shaq, yeah, he'll be woofing all this crap now. But watch, he'll take her back anyway. Tanya is trizash, and she has to get kicked to the curb and thrown out with all the rest of the garbage, and really see. But she's too stubborn. Where she highlighted just how god awful she actually is her reaction. She should have been humble. Shaq, I'm sorry, innit? No, I'm literally sorry. I'm sorry you had to see that. I know you're mad. Let's talk about it after the game. I'm sorry. I don't want to talk about it right now. Let's talk about it after the game. You show humility. You humble yourself and you let him be mad, because it's not nice to see that, as we know. But this stubborn, ignorant girl had the audacity to clap back. Oh, I'm not nervous, honey. I'm fine, honey. How dare you speak to Shaq like that after the way you've behaved? She is awful. Did you see all the vim those girls had for Casey? Sammy had vim for Casey. Claudia had vim for Casey. Jesse, Villa had vim for Casey. Every single person had vim for Casey when he even got set up. But all I heard was crickets. For Tanya, just crickets. Just crickets. Sammy's coming with the, oh yeah, no, I mean, I know it's not nice to see. No, Sammy, shut your mouth. Sammy, shut your mouth. You have plummeted in my estimations. And unfortunately, I'm trill, so I've got to keep it trill. And I've realised that you ain't as trill as I thought you were. Your trill meter has reduced to 7. You've gone down to 7, maybe even 5. I'm not going to put you a flat 0 like the rest of them, but you've really shown a very interesting side to you. It's shocking. All I heard was crickets. Not one girl held her accountable. Not one. In fact, Lana's the only one to hold her accountable. The same way she did Olivia in her confessionary. Lana's becoming the girl that actually has sense. Guys, I'm appalled. Genuinely, I'm appalled at the girls in this season. It is abysmal how they've acted, and their lack of accountability there. Their pure hypocrisy is disgusting. And this is not me absolving all the men. It's not me absolving the men. The men have moved mad. We've seen how mad Kai was moving with Tanyel. We've seen how mad Will was moving with Layla. We've seen it. I'm not absolving them. But they actually do take accountability. These girls are nuts. Let me start from the start of the episode. Claudia's just overthinking again. Claudia and Casey talk, and she's saying, are you sure you have no feelings for Lana? And he's saying no. But that was the obvious answer. He went for Lana first, and she mugged him off for Ron. You get it? Just get over yourself, Claudia. You're not a main character here. Kai and Saddam talk, and Kai, I pray this man wins Love Island. Because these girls are treating him like pure shit. The way they're treating Kai is foul. Making it out like he's changed and all this stuff, but he's just been, if anything, he actually admitted he's changed, but the reasons is because he's respecting Liv. As much as he even hates that girl, he's actually kind of letting them do their thing, and he's just moving on with Sanami. He ain't fake. That's what proves it. He's not faking dynamics with all these girls. He's just moving on, doing his thing with the girl he's happy with. Kai must win this show. He must. Every single one of those girls needs to get humbled. He's basically talking to Sanam like how he's changed, he struggled since being back in Casa. And he calls them out. He's saying, I don't understand, like, the girls are so hypocritical. Tanya is so hypocritical. Liv is so hypocritical. And I can see Kai is struggling. He's struggling to come to terms with the lack of accountability that these girls are showing. They've got so much bass in their voice for everyone else but themselves. Olivia and Ron talk, and she's bitching about Kai again. She's bitching about Kai being genuine. Again, all she does is project. All she does is project. She says, we're very honest. Some people just aren't honest. You know, all this stuff. Kai likes to dish out comments, but he doesn't really like to take them back. What? Let this man live. You're obsessed. You are obsessed. Genuinely, it's mortifying. Kai and Olivia talk. And again, it's been like a week since Casa Amor. And she's coming out with, you know, I can't believe this Olivia girl. You can't win with her. In one breath, she wants to know why she's been called fake. Oh, Kai, explain to me, please, Kai, please, explain to me why I'm fake. And then when he doesn't say who's the most, when he says Claudia's the least genuine, she then calls him out for it. These girls are nuts. Guys, it must be crack. It has to be. It has to be. Guys, it must be. I've never witnessed this in my life. Genuinely, this is scary. She's like, oh, you know, that proves you are fake because, you know, if you weren't fake, you would have called me fake. It must be crack. It must be crack. This is, my heart can't, this is madness, guys. This is madness. And she basically calls him fake to his face. And, you know, he basically says, listen, I said Claudia because I just don't want the confrontation. Now, don't get me wrong. I do think he should have said Liv. Don't get me wrong. I do think he should have said Liv. I mean, I don't give a shit about Claudia, but why throw Claudia under the bus to protect Liv? Kai just says, listen, you can think this, you can think that, and I'm done with it. And he gets up and leaves because he ain't for it. He ain't trying to like entertain this stupid girl. Like, it's madness. And she goes, oh, mature. You are one of the oldest, if not the oldest in the villa, and you've got the emotional intelligence, the mindset of a baby, the one who's never even been into a relationship. Not even a little poxy one at 16 years old. Do you know why? Because no one wants you. You're like, oh, Liv, you're trash, genuinely. And Max, big up Max here, because he kind of, not calls her out, but he says, listen, I can understand why people think that the fact that you keep going on about it, do you have feelings there? Like, what's going on here? Just let it go, basically, is the sentiment he's trying to say here. And again, Liv, her ego, her insecurity, she's now questioning Max, like, oh, maybe he just doesn't get me then. Honestly, no one gets you because you are 1 in a trillion deluded. I've never met someone as mentally sick and unwell as Liv. And in fact, all the girls. And he's basically, you can see Kai's actually getting mad. Like, this is the same guy that doesn't want confrontation, and he's actually going, ooh, it's pissing me off because they're really pushing his buttons. The girls are just fake, they're hypocrites, and he just can't get his head around it. Kai must win. Kai and Sanam must win. Liv, oh my God, then Liv, yeah. Liv is sitting by the fire pit with the girls. And this reminded me of the scene from Mean Girls, guys. Please tell me you know the one I'm talking about, the scene where Regina George is crying. Like, oh, and she's got one girl there, you know, comforting that hand, and another girl there, and she's going, oh. That was exactly the scene from Love Island. It was mind-boggling. All these girls comforting her. And then you've got Sammy. She's a loser, man. How can she say, oh, you know, Kai, you know, all this energy that Kai's got, like all this energy to hate you, it must mean he likes you. Is this how some women think? And they say men are mad. They say men are mad. And this is what women come up with. This is the conclusions that they come with. And this is why I always say to my female friends, you have to get multiple perspectives, because that is what girls say to their girls. That's the type of advice and things that girls say to their friends when a man does something. How about having better communication and having transparency and having a dialogue with the man so you know what they really think? Kai ain't interested, so let it go. What part of Kai's behaviour is giving that he likes Liv? He's moved on. Sammy, I think that was one of the worst takes I've ever seen. Where have you got that from? I couldn't believe what you've literally got this mean girl, Regina George, here, sitting there getting comforted. What kind of turd spell does this Olivia cow have on the villa? I'll keep calling her rude names. I don't care, bro. I don't care. She's genuinely a nasty human being, and she you know, whatever. She says the same thing about everyone else. So Will and Jesse, again, I don't even want to give too much airtime to this stupid girl. Once again, She is, these insecure girls, they need the opinions of other, their opinions are based off of other people's opinions. It's embarrassing, genuinely. Because you know, all the girls thought that you'd say Jesse and Will, but the men didn't say that. So it makes me think that they must have seen something in the villa. Oh God, she is awful. Listen, Will, you were a proper, like a knob in Casa Amor. You really shot yourself in the foot with the way you behaved. But what's crazy is that I know Will ain't built like that. Like, that's something Tom would do. That's something Casey would do. Now, yes, Will has done it, but he just ain't built like that. So I really feel like it was a lapse of, he was just moving mad. Now, again, I'm not absolving him. You were a stupid idiot for the way you behaved. But it's peak because that one lapse of judgment has capitulated his relationship. And Will, you need to get out of there now. I'm not saying you don't deserve her or she don't deserve you, but you just need to get out of there. She's way too insecure, bro. Like, and it's just one of them ones where her opinions are dictated by other people. She's got so much vim for everyone else. This very same Jessie that was encouraging her fellow girls to move mad. I pray they show that. I pray they show her saying it's better to ask for forgiveness than all that. She was encouraging her girls to move mad. How are they not seeing that? All the hypocrisy. How have they got so much bass and vim for all the... Liv goes on a date, skip the entire thing. Kai and Lana now speak. I'm getting confused because I thought Kai and Lana, I think I spoke about Kai and Lana speaking earlier, but that was Sanam actually. And basically he explains why he's distanced himself from the girls, and the girls have felt it. Like, Lana's basically communicating saying the girls have felt like you've been distant, and he says, listen, I thought it was the right thing to do for Liv. You know, Liv's close with them. She's gonna vent to them. She's gonna talk to them. Do you understand? It's one of them ones. So that shows Kai's not fake, bro. It shows Kai's not fake. He's just trying to do his thing with Sanam. And, you know, he's tried to dead it. And he says again, I will not apologize for something I don't mean. I'm not going to do it. And Kai must win. He says that all the boys have taken stick. And that's a fact. It's a fact. They have. All the boys have taken stick for their behavior when more of the girls recoupled. The girls did the exact same thing and more. Tanya is genuinely a villain, and Lana even says that in the confessionary that Olivia did come in with Max, so she can't really say much, you understand? So guys, my head is hot. I'm going to leave this here, but I'm going to be very interested to see people's reaction to this, and I need to jump back onto Nicole and Sarah Destiny's live. This is a madness. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and wow. By the way, donut of the day is every single woman in that villa. Oh, and remember, I think I'm going to go live tomorrow. You done know. Peace.